Okay, y'all, so it's story time, and I know it's been some time, but I don't take public transportation anymore since some of y'all know that I got a car. So, y'all, this is too ridiculous. It's literally like different scenarios within one story. So, anyway, I just came back this weekend from traveling from Seattle, and there's this big coach bus that goes from the airport to different destinations of LA, you know what I mean, just so you're able to get to closer to your home. So I decide once I get off that coach shuttle bus, let me just take the train from Union Station to my stop. It's not that long. And I used to take this ride quite often because before I had a car, I would take the bus going to work. So, y'all, I get there and there's some guy that gets on the train, and he's basically doing a whole dramatic monologue to himself, in the corner. And I'm just like, okay, people have their moments. Let me just let him have it. Okay. So he's doing all of that. And as the train's pulling out, there's this lady that has on these baggy ass clothes, right? So y'all can see me, has these baggy clothes on. And she decides to literally squat, guys, on the platform and just start taking a piss while this guy's still doing his monologue in the corner of the train. So I'm like, okay, I don't have time for this. I'm exhausted. I just want to hurry up and get home. So the train goes and we get to downtown LA, and a couple guys get on the train. One guy that gets on the train sits next to somebody that has their mask on, and this one guy don't have his mask on. Then there's another guy that gets on the train and he sits behind me, and he starts rambling off and doing whatever he's doing sitting behind me, and I'm just like, this is so annoying, but whatever, I'm almost getting there. So the guy that sits with no mask next to somebody else with a mask starts fidgeting in his pocket, and I'm like, oh my God, what's in this dude's pocket? Y'all, all he had was an entire sandwich bag size of weed. Now, where I'm from on the East Coast, you consider that bunk or some bullshit, weed that's probably trash weed, not gonna get you that high. And that's what it looked like, because it looked like chaff, as they call it, just little bits and pieces of BS weed. And he's over here trying to show the guy behind me, oh, what stop you getting off at? Oh, trying to show off his weed, he got it like that. As if anybody gives a damn, living in California where weed is readily accessible, right? So I'm just like, whatever. So he's doing all of that, and I get ready to get off the train at my stop. And I'm like, you know what? Finally, I'm about to get off this train. Thank God. Get off the train. Guy's still over doing his talking. These guys still doing whatever. There's this guy that gets off in front of me and he bends over. And I'm like, what is this dude bending over for? On the platform while the train's still right here, he's bent over parallel to the train, ass out, and he just takes a sharp object, guys, and start picking away at the platform of old residue gum on the platform. And at this point, I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Am I really about to deal with this crap right now? Are you really about to sit here and pick gum off the platform? Okay, so now I have to squeeze past the train and him, and I'm like, oh my God, I hope this train don't brush up against me and knock me the frick out. So there's that. Okay, I get up off the platform, try to get up on the elevator, and there's a lady in front of me. She presses the button for the elevator. So we're all waiting for the elevator, whatever may have you. And she sees the elevator. She gets on the elevator, but then she decides that she wants to not get on the elevator. I'm like, well, why don't the lady want to get on the elevator? So I'm like, F it, I'm going to just get on the elevator. I get on the elevator. I realize why the lady don't want to get on the elevator, y'all. All I see is a guy with his back to us, and he's catty cornered in the corner, and all you see him doing is, well, that's all you can hear. And I'm like, what is he slurping like that? Y'all, this dude was hitting some sort of drug. I think it was crack. I've grown up around that kind of environment of knowing people that did drugs, and I think that it was crack, okay? And he's hitting it hard. We get off the elevator, and there's the bus stop, and I'm waiting for the bus. I'm like, okay, just this last little bus stop, and I can get home real soon. Like, cool, this is gonna be good. So he decides to jump out, right, in front of the traffic, and there's traffic going the opposite ways. He decides, y'all, to jump out in the traffic like he's doing the Heisman, and all he's doing is like, and I'm just like, what is this dude doing? And then he gets to the opposite side, and he's like, and I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I'm like, I can't with this today. This is absolutely insane. So I dealt with all of that, y'all, trying to get home, not to mention, I thought that the bus stop still stopped on my street. Apparently, they took the bus stop, the seat, the everything. So I'm carrying a duffel bag, already exhausted, trying to get from there to my house. All of that happened trying to get home. And I'm just telling y'all, like, I just can't make this shit up. This shit is like ridiculous, all like just ridiculous.